Guys, now we are doing something a little bit different today, non-Pokemon related and non-football related, but gotta wear the Leeds t-shirt for the run of success we're hopefully having. When this video goes out, hopefully we will have been promoted to the Premier League, but as it stands we have not been yet. But I'm a massive Leeds United fan and I need to keep the faith. So we're hoping we do it this time, guys. 16 years in the making, but enough of that. If you're not a football fan or if you don't like Leeds United, that is fine with me. Don't you worry about it. Right, now guys, I'm going to talk about a toy, a line of toys, or a particular individual that when I was growing up I used to absolutely idolise. I was obsessed, not just with him, but I was obsessed with the whole franchise, and that is WWE. And I'll imagine a lot of you guys sympathise with me there when saying that was absolutely brilliant when you were growing up. When I got a bit older, I started to realise that, yeah, it's not really for me. Got into football, Star Wars, so it got put on the back burner. But as I've grown older, I've started to get like more nostalgic, stuff like that, and think back of like the fun times and stuff like that. But my favourite ever wrestler, guys, Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, Mr. Main Event, Mr. WrestleMania, I think. Can't remember all his nicknames. However, guys, let us just show. This is my favourite. I saved all my favourite figures. I don't have all the rings and stuff like that. I had an insane collection. None that I looked after. They all got played with. I had every ring, Hell in the Cell, the Elimination Chamber, the normal rings, cages and entrances, the backstage arena, everything, guys. But look at these. What's he doing with his hand? Super articulated, guys, super articulated. He's got the World Heavyweight Championship belt there. This one is my favourite one of all time, and I kept this even when I gave my wrestling figures to my younger cousin when I'd grown out of them. I kept this one because I knew one day that I would want this back, and he might not have kept them. The DX is the classic Superstars DX Shawn Michaels. Now, he came with the Triple H figure as well. And as obviously Shawn Michaels and Triple H grew apart, my fondness for Triple H also died with that, because I'm a Shawn Michaels fan to the end. Now, guys, these are like super important to me. Like these, I wonder if you guys have got like toys that are like super important to you, like no matter how like much you grow out of them and stuff like that, that you still have like the same fondness for the actual figures themselves. So if you just keep like Star Wars figures, for example, like I might not collect constantly. I go through like stages and like phases of collecting loads and then having taken time off it and stuff like that, but the fondness and the love for it's still always there. And it's just the same with these, literally the same with these. So anyway, a cool story about Shawn Michaels, guys, me and Shawn Michaels. The wrestling, I'm from Sheffield. I know I'm a Leeds United fan from Sheffield, it doesn't make sense, but it is what it is. The wrestling used to come to Sheffield, and they used to do not the live events, but they just used to do events there, and all your favourite wrestlers would be there, and all the big names. So like they were never like football teams play reserves in friendlies and stuff like that. Never any of that. They were always the big names and that there. And we used to go every single year to these like live shows and stuff like that. Not live shows, but you got to see them in the flesh, if you know what I mean. But one time there were a live show where they were filming it for TV. SmackDown, no, it weren't SmackDown, it was Raw, I believe. Shawn Michaels were on Raw. I can't remember which roster people were on, blah blah blah. But or about 11 at the time, and my mum had stayed up all night outside the Motorpoint Arena, which is now the Fly DSA Arena, so we could get the ring entrance, the walkway seats. I was on the left-hand side, and then whenever people's favourite wrestlers would walk down, everybody would run to the side, and they'd be leaning over as far as they can, trying to touch the favourite wrestler. And I knew that Shawn Michaels was fighting, was wrestling, sorry, not fighting, it's not MMA, was wrestling in the next match, and I can't remember who he was wrestling against. However, when I heard the music, I ran over to the side, you know, there's them big black barriers, and I ran over and I was leaning over as far as I can, as I must have been at the barrier, must have been at my waist. I was leaning that far over, and you know, and they come down the right. Well, he come down the right hand side, and I was slapping people's hands, and I thought then when he went down the opposite side, because I was on the left, and he went down the opposite side and got to the bottom, but I was like halfway up, and I was still reaching over, and I was that desperate just to touch his hand. And he actually saw me and how desperate I were just to touch him. He'd gone past me, and he come all the way back just to touch my hand, because he could see the sheer sadness in my eyes when he walked past me. And then when he touched my hands, the sheer, like, the moment of, like, joy, and like you just achieved your greatest dream in life. And then I touched his hand, and I turned around to my mum. My mum says, anybody can ask her, not that you know her, but anybody can ask her, that when, like, I turn around and looked at her, like, it's like a picture that'd stay with you forever, because, like, you could just see the look of joy on your face, and think, yes, I've served him well in life, achieved his dream at 11-year-old. So that is a good memory. But guys, I'm not just showing you them two, I've got a cool thing to show you. This is the rings, Shawn with the 5 o'clock shadows, and Shawn without, and have to move across. This is the classic superstars, Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels in a ladder match. That is cool. Old school Shawn Michaels, even before, like, the Attitude Era of wrestling, I believe. Guys, I can't really get it all on camera, but there you are, Shawn Michaels there. I think it was like early 90s, late 80s. Put that there. But guys, I got some super awesome off eBay. I was just trolling through eBay the other day, and I found this, and I was like, no way. So I just had to get it. Guys, this is a prototype Shawn Michaels action figure. Now, this is super articulated as well. Look at that. He's a lot skinnier than them. I'm not sure which line of action figures it is, but he's not as buff there. But see if you can just see, you can tell it's Shawn Michaels in the face, can't you? His ponytail. I don't think Shawn Michaels quite had abs like that at any point during his wrestling career, or a chest as big as what them guys have got. But this is more realistic, I'd say. But yeah, guys, a prototype figure. Now, I don't really collect prototypes. In my Star Wars collecting, I've got a few test samples, which is basically them trying out different colours on the figures, like the pre-production figures before they got put into, like, mass production. So they were trying out a few different colours, and, like, so they come out differently. So I've got a few of them. I've got a proof card, which is the card back of the figures. They brought it out, printed it out, just to see how it'd look, and some of them got into circulation. I don't know how, but I have one behind me. I will be showing that in a video. But guys, check this out. This is where they just use any old plastic that they've got, like, say, usually white clear plastics, just to see how the figure comes out the mold, and all the points of articulation, see if they're fine, and make sure there's no choking hazards and whatnot. You can see the number on it. It looks like a 36 or a 24, I believe. That might be what number prototype it is, what number they're up to, like checking certain things. And it's got the foot peg holes. It's got some looks like a wizard's sleeve, his trousers, but I suppose it's needed for the articulation of the feet. So cool, so cool. But yeah, guys, I saw that on eBay and I was like, no way, I've just got to have that. 90 quid, don't tell me mum. 90 quid on an action figure. I spend that much on Star Wars toys, but they're collectibles, not action figures. But saying that, this is a collectible, guys. This will find a space on my shelf behind me because it is just so cool and means a lot to me. Shawn Michaels being my favourite ever wrestler of all time. But yeah, guys, wait, has he got... He can even do that. That is sweet. Nice. But yeah, guys, I'd love to know what toys you used to collect when you were younger and what you had the fondest memories of collecting. And yeah, basically stuff like that, guys. Mine is obviously WWE, Star Wars, and Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, stuff like that. Leeds United. But yeah, guys, if you like what you see and you want more wrestling videos, Star Wars videos, then keep a lookout on my channel, subscribe and hit the thumbs up button. Peace out, guys. Hopefully Leeds get promoted as well. Thought I'd add that in.